What is going on beyond the break here with our weekly eBay purchases? Picking up a lot of cards as of late, especially with the PSA logjam currently. On top of the fact that there's no specials going on either. So I've been just buying a lot of raw, knowing that a lot of the orders that I've sent to PSA over the last couple of weeks probably will not be getting back anytime shortly. So just buying a lot of raw during this opportunity. I think the mindset right now is that still buying baseball as a primary pickup right now. And then also starting to buy football. My last two orders to PSA, especially the latest one I sent, had a lot of football that I picked up earlier in the year. And now I think I'm starting to buy a little bit more on the higher end football as well if I can, and getting to PSA as quick as possible, knowing that I will probably be waiting 3 to 4 months. So hopefully it would be right around that football season's training camp, maybe around August. I'm anticipating a longer wait time for these orders, so that's why I'm kind of being more picky of what I'm buying, but also kind of starting to think about where and when I'm gonna ship these cards to PSA and when I anticipate to get them back. So right now, baseball and football are the mindsets, just for the sheer fact that when I get these back, baseball season will be kind of in the swing of the playoff runs, hopefully, towards the end of the summer, and then the football will be kicking off. So that's kind of the mindset with that. But with that being said, we'll go into the cards that we picked up. So first stack here. Let's fix my camera. We got Harper Purple Logo Fractor out of 250. Another Purple Logo Fractor Julio out of 250. He's having a little bit of a down year to start, but I think he picks it back up. Here's a stock in the game Fred Taylor Refractor. Unfortunately, got another Dame Lillard, and out of 149, he just got hurt recently, so hopefully he'll be back. But just a Pokemon. Picked up a couple Pokemon. Another Topps Chrome Gold Cup of Bobby Witt, just the pink. Another Fred Taylor. This is the acetate. Is out 250. Roethlisberger Silver. Bowman's Best Ray Lewis out of 499. It's a cool reprint of Ernie Banks Blue. Pujols Topps Chrome Purple is numbered to 299. Saquon from the Deca Purple. The purples are out of 99. Paolo Banchero from Optic Blue, I want to say, out of 99. Vladdy Jr. It's the mini diamond. These are numbered to 199. And then another Pokemon pickup. All right. Next stack. This is a sweet color match. Julio out of 199. Bobby Witt, another purple. It's just a solid purple out of 250. Carlos Delgado, guys, are fairly cheap. Gold of Bowman Chrome. This is numbered to 50. Giancarlo Blue out of 150. Bijan Rated Rookie Blue. Rated Rookie Blue out of 199. LT Refractor. Yordan Alvarez Blue out of 150. Brunson Red Wave. This is his second year. As you guys know, I do look for a lot of second year cards if I can. I think they're a little bit undervalued. McGrady Topps Refractor. Another Julio Blue Logo Fractor out of 150. Lamar Atomic Initials from Obsidian. This is the orange. This is not numbered, I don't think. No. Miggy Yellow out of 50, which is weird that Bowman did yellow out of 50 this year. After that, I think they're now out of 75. But Corbin off to a hot start to the year. This is the blue again, second year cup out of 150. And then Seager, another Gold Cup, is the negative refractor from 2017. All right. Last stack here, we got another Jordan. This is the orange, cool little color match sapphire out of 75. Bijan from Deca again, purple out of 99. I've been really hesitant buying any Topps Chrome from football and basketball until they're licensed, but this was at 50 TO. I think I got it for honestly $2 or $3, so I figured why not. Bregman, first Bowman Chrome refractor out of $4.99. Just a Mickey Mouse refractor. And then Ben Wallace, Topps Finest refractor. This is number 250. And then these Groovies, this is Maxi. I do collect Maxi, and these Groovies are new in the set, I believe, and they're pretty short print from what I've read about them. Some of them are going for some big money. I think I got this one for $20 maybe, so we'll see. But yeah, go through the cards and deem which ones are gradable and which ones are not. Okay, so 33 cards. We bought over the last week or so, not including the non-sports cards. And out of those 33 cards, 21 cards came back gradable. So anything that we feel is a 9 or better, 12 we felt that did not achieve that. So with that being said, we'll go through the ones that we found gradable. Now, we are, like I said, being more strict on what we're setting to PSA currently. Definitely taking into account more of what sports we are anticipating will be the more popular sports, given the time log or the anticipated time we'll get this back till get this back. So none of the basketball cards we deemed as like main priorities, but for some of those other ones we'll all explain which ones we feel are a higher priority. So the Groovy with clean, no issues there. We'll be holding on to that, probably be sending that fairly shortly in the next month or two. These two cards are definitely ones that we want to get the PSA pretty quickly. The Bobby Witt out of 250 and the Julio color match here, the Aqua out of 199. Definitely two cards that we want to get back while the season is still in full swing. Paolo Banchero, this was clean. Pool hole, so this is out of 250. Probably one that we'll hold on for a little bit. Probably wait for more of a special for this type of card, a little of a lower end card here. Same with the Harper, we might get this grade, we might hold on to it. Might be one where, again, we wait for a special. Julio 250 was clean. The Taylor refractor, this is actually really clean. You can see in the back here, setting was perfect, no issues there. Actually pretty close to a 10, we think. The LT, this was actually very clean. Typically with these Topps Chrome from 2006, I want to say, we typically see a lot of scratches, but the only thing that we found is centering in the back's a little bit off. You can see there a little bit thicker on the bottom, but centering in the front looked, I thought that, it fit the specs on what PSA deemed as a potential 10. The Delgado Gold, this is one that we probably will hold on to shipping to PSA, but it's starting to look good. You can see there in the back too, no issues with whitening of the corners or anything. I think there was one or two minor scratches, so probably will hold on to that as getting that to PSA. The Bijan, this was definitely one that we want to get off the PSA pretty quickly. Same with this one out of 150, this was clean. The Jordan out of 150. Centering a little bit thinner on the top there, but definitely in that 9-10 range. The Owens was clean, no issues with this. The Miggy had a 50, clean, no issues there. Lamar, one that we'll definitely want to get graded before the season, orange from Obsidian. The Bijan, another one we'll get the PSA pretty quickly, out of 99. The Corbin was clean, no issues there. The Seager had one or two minor scratches, definitely closer to a 9. But other than that, it was clean. The Bregman and the Jordan orange out of 75, clean. So a handful of those we'll definitely want to get the PSA sooner than later, especially, again, with the seasons. With baseball, potentially getting these back when baseball is in full swing and football is just kicking off the training camps. As for non-gradable ones, unfortunately, this Ben Wallace, this probably could get, maybe it'd be close to a 9, but the only issue we had here with this was, I don't know if I can get it on camera, but there was some lifting on the back here. You can see there, right up here, it like lifts up a little bit. So other than that, this is actually really clean. Again, probably one I won't send a PSA. I just gotta clean some of that off, but I won't send a PSA, but everything else was clean, and I just love Topps Finest. Such a clean card. The Vladdy, unfortunately, had a very large scratch going across his face there. The Barkley, unfortunately, would love to get this graded in a 10, but I think there was a, let me see if I can find it in the light again. There's definitely a dimple somewhere now of course, when I have it on camera, I can't find it. Huh. Well, unfortunately, this one did have a dimple. So one that I definitely will hold off to. Had some little bit of some scratch marks too, but unfortunately, I just can't find that. But we'll not be sending that. This bunch of scratches on the front. For something like this is a perfect example. This is a pink, not even numbered. This is one where even if this was a 10, I probably wouldn't get this graded for a very long time. But centering is just it's too thin on the bottom there. So especially for something like this where it's not numbered, not low numbered or anything, I'll hold off to, probably definitely don't want to grade that anytime soon. The Splash Green, unfortunately, had like a bunch of like scratches and tick marks up here. So the Bowman's Best, I bought a couple of these now, and they're pretty cheaply made. Very disappointing in them from this era, from the 2003. The back had a little bit of whitening up top there. You can see up there. And then on the front, some chipping up top here as well. So, unfortunately, we'll not be saying that to PSA. The Acetate out of 250, just too many scratches. You can even see the scratches here. Same with the Ben Roethlisberger Silver Prism. Scratches on this one. And then no surprise with this one as well. This is I feel like they're very prevalent for scratches on the sides there. You can see all across. Still a really cool card. Just love Topps Chrome refractors from this set here. One of my favorites probably. And then the back too, you can see centering, just a little bit thick. And then unfortunately the Jalen Brunson, again, like a second-year card, not numbered. It's still something that if it gets a 10, it's worthy, but you just have to be pretty picky if you're gonna send this type of card to PSA. The back to me just didn't look right. I think there's some scratch marks. You can see here on the top here, there's some like divots on the edges there. Just don't love that. And you can see a print line going across there too. So it's one of those things where it's in good shape. It's probably more likely a 9. And for a card like this and PSA, no specials going on, something that I don't want to get graded at the moment or probably ever at that point, honestly, unless it really unless Brunson went on an incredible run or whatnot. But with that being said, we'll take the 21 cards that we deem gradable. Some of them are urgent, some of them we'll hold on to with specials potentially on the horizon, or just when basketball season comes back into swing of things over the summer, we'll get some of these graded. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, leave comments in the comment section. Love interacting with you guys. The non-gradable cards will be listed. Majority of them will be listed on our eBay page as buy it now, or sometimes we will set some cards just to auction just to get them moving. We list all of these cards as excellent, always having some minor damage. So again, a lot of these cards you guys can see here have some sort of issue if we do list the raw cards on our eBay front. But hey, if you like the cards and they're in good condition, most of them are, feel free to shoot us an offer, or like I said, we'll list it as buy it now. Till next time, peace.